Well, hello, everyone. How you doing, Dr. Scorpio?
Man, I can't complain, man. Just trying to get my visual correct. You know what I'm saying? You see how I'm
Okay.
coming? You know what I'm saying? Coming.
Well, welcome everybody to another episode here at the Open Mouth Podcast. And tonight we're talking about sexual fetishes.
Let's go.
So, Dr. Scorpio, what is one of your, if you have more than one, sexual fetish?
Man, okay, so I mean, it's kind of childish. I had a situation where I had a crush on one of my teachers, you know what I'm saying? So I was growing up, trying to stay after class, get the, you know what I'm saying, the extra credit. You feel me? You know, and I was a young nigga, you know what I'm saying? So that always did something when I was younger, like having a teacher that was bad as
Yeah.
hell or something.
Was
You
it
know what
the
I'm saying?
teacher or was it because you like older women?
That's a good point. But when you young, obviously the bitches is young, older than you, but it's like it's not necessarily that part because they look like a girl you would just want anyway. They don't look old per se. They look youthful. It's just
Right.
that you know what I'm saying. You're not gonna get a bit. You're not gonna just get her right now. So the desire is like it's kind of like it could never happen. But then again, it's a lot of these little niggas be fucking these teachers, man. Shit. And I be looking at these little niggas like, what the fuck is the problem, bro? Like, hold on, G. Like, hold on. Like, she gave you the pussy and you mad? You telling everybody? I'm like, these little corny ass little niggas, bro. I'll tell you, bro. For real, for real.
Well, that's why it's like it could have been right there two fetishes. Maybe you had that fetish for teacher student kind of role play, but then there's also she's older because maybe that's what you were into at that moment. And that's typically typically normal. As a child, you might have a crush with one of your teachers, but yeah, you had like basically two fetishes right there.
hmm I guess you could look at it like that, but like the word itself has such a crazy connotation to it that when you
Yeah.
say it like that, it's like it sounds kind of crazy. But at the same time, it's not that crazy. So I mean, we all have different things that like make us excited or stuff we like or attract us. You know what I'm saying? So it's not so crazy. And to be real, we're gonna dive a little deeper into that and kind of give some insight on just how the words that we use and apply to shit sometimes have deeper meanings, especially like when it involves sex and like the word itself is actually deeper than just what someone desires during sex per se. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
No, and that's the thing though. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about the word fetish. So the word fetish is basically, being obsessed with something that gets you, something
Right,
that attracts you to that. It,
right,
it doesn't have to be sexual. Another, the opposite sex or, whatever, another human, or it
right,
doesn't have to be a person. It could be an object. You could go ahead and say um, fetish in a different way, but always it's not spoken in a way where you can't use fetish in a, in a normal public setting, because fetish, the way it sounds very sexual, and that's all they use it. Uh,
Exactly.
when I was looking at it, the definition of it, like it's just something that you obsess with, whether it could be an object, a part of the body, it could be anything. And so you could use the word like, okay, say you really like football, so they could say, oh, you have a fetish for football. Well, that doesn't sound correct in a way, because people wouldn't say that. It was just say you just obsessed with football, or you're really addicted to watching football or something like that, but you would never use the word fetish. So, and a lot of people, when they use the word fetish, it's in a sexual matter, because again,
Exactly.
it is more where,
Geared towards sex to a degree,
yeah, and the way they have used the word
or
fetish,
or the
that
kind of the connotation, yes, that's applied.
mhm. So um so there's a lot of ways that you could use the word fetish, but again, nobody really uses it unless if it's in a sexual desire, sexual gratification. And that's what the definition of fetish is, the main one. It's a form of sexual desire in which gratification is strongly linked to a particular object or activity or a part of the body. So, talking about your sexual fetish, it was about more like, okay, you were fantasizing some older role play, which it was like more like maybe you liked how she talked in your class.
I like how the
Maybe
bitch
she was
looked.
more of a dominant role because she was the teacher.
I like how the bitch looked. That's just what we gonna keep it a buck. I'm trying to crack some. My hormones is high. My dick is hard as a
Well, that
torpedo.
too.
I'm trying
That
to
too.
crack some. That's all it really. It's not even. It's more to it than that. It's just what it
Well,
is.
yeah, it's more to it
You
than
know.
that. But I'm
You
just
know what I'm
saying,
saying?
it's
I
like if
mean, if
you're
you want to
really
look into,
read into it.
what's funny is because it's funny you said it because like I low key just I've been dealing with what I'm saying certain shit, and now that we was on this topic, I always wonder like why do people even have them, like, or what causes people to have fetishes. And what I'm saying, they say some people become aroused by an object or part of the body that's typically considered sexual, or
Yeah.
it's not considered sexual, sorry. You know what I'm saying?
And
So
again, it doesn't have to be
you know
sexual, or maybe you might not see it that way in certain things, but again, you know, it is normal to have that, because a lot of, you know, people at that age will have at some point have a crush in one of their teachers.
easily, what I'm saying, if
Easily,
the ass
yeah.
if the ass is
I
fat
think I did
and she
have one
dragging them
too. I
motherfucker.
think it was in my
Oh,
middle school year. Yeah, it was middle
man,
school, and I
y'all
had
be
a
y'all
crush
you,
on
y'all be up there
my
raving and ranting
teacher.
them niggas. Hell yeah,
Huh?
y'all be over there sweating them niggas. Y'all be over there sweating them old niggas, man. Don't play with
I
it.
think that's what it was, because back then it was more of the older teachers.
And that's probably what
So
it was
maybe
for
that's what it
y'all.
was. Maybe because he was older,
Yeah,
you
y'all
know.
putting it. You know what it is because y'all are like, okay, he's a married dude, he's an older dude, he has a job, he got a car. It's like he's an adult
At
for
that
real.
time, yeah, she
That
he was
makes
a
it a
teacher.
thing for a young nigga. The
Uh
bitch
huh.
just look good. He want to do it. That's all. All the rest of stuff could be
Well,
there or
yeah.
not.
I
He don't
I
care.
think the first time I had a
Yeah.
teacher that was like kind of young and attractive female was in high school. No, actually, it was in my eighth grade in middle school. It was right before high school. And,
Mhm.
usually at that time, not compared to now, okay, because back then it was more like the teachers were older, they were more experienced. Now they're young, they're attractive. No wonder that
Come,
there's
yeah.
so many things going on between them and their students.
I mean, yeah, and it just depends on the type of
I mean, you
people that
see it
you.
now.
It depends on the type of person that you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause to be real with you, I
Yeah.
don't know, man. Like, It's like the thing with school in general, man, and it's like I've noticed this as much as I like just have been just dealing
Yeah,
with society. Like I'll be at a certain place, like of course I'll have to get a job or something, and I'll be in this place in space, and it's like it brings a certain type of immaturity out of people to where they behave like they're in high school kind of sometimes. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Because the social structure is there. So you have people that are over you or that are in charge and you are assigned to certain things. You got to come back at a certain time. A lot of times you have lockers, you got a lunchroom, cafeteria. It's literally school. You know what I'm saying? And you get put in these places and spaces where you kind of start, you know, treating it like a mating ground because that's all that should be is like a mating grounds.
Yeah,
So
you're
when you
right.
getting, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's just like if you go to college and train to go and educate, the kids and shit, and then you get in there and you decide to fuck on them. It's
Yeah.
pretty crazy. It's like it's pretty crazy. Like me as a young horny nigga, of course I'm trying to. It's whatever. I'm like, yeah, do it. But at the same time, like now that I'm older and shit, it's like it's kind of crazy to think about it because it's like, okay, why are you fucking these kids? What's the goal? Like, why'd you get a job, go to school to get into this job, and then start liking on 18-year-olds? You 27, and not even. I mean, like, because in that
But
case,
but you have to
niggas get away
understand,
with
a
it.
lot of these teachers are
No,
just still in college. Like I know here, I
right? That's
see where the teachers are barely like 20 years old. They just barely getting out of high school, in college, and
I,
they're doing that because we are short on teachers here. But again, it's like they don't have the education, but they're more of their age group that
right.
that stuff is going to go ahead and happen.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of times where the teacher aides or the whatever end up fucking around one of the kids, especially
Yeah,
in high school. Like, they fuck around one of the girls.
especially high school.
You know what I'm saying? So that shit does happen. My thing is just it is crazy. It's like from all angles, like looking at everything. As a young person doing it, you are being taken advantage of. But like in high school, if you're 17 and you know what sex is, bro, you kind
You
of know
know
what's
by that
you
time.
kind of know what's going on. So like I'm not looking at no 17 and a half, 18-year-old girl that's trying to fuck with this nigga who clearly is an older nigga and you know you're older nigga and you know what's going on. So it's like
Right.
I'm not really looking at that as like super manipulation, but it kind of still is because the nigga is older, so he is somewhat manipulating the situation, but
And
not
they're
so
both
much
at
that,
fault.
yeah, but not so much. Yes, exactly. Not so much where she doesn't have a fault too. So it's like, come on, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, ultimately it all rides on him. He's the man, number one. Then two, you know what I'm saying? You're older. So it's like it puts you in a position where it don't really even matter if the girl was whatever. They looking at you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You're the problem. So it's
Right.
like I done been through that where I had to, you know what I'm saying, hear about that type of shit growing up where the whatever was happening with one of the teachers. Whatever. It was one teacher specifically that was doing something with like a fifth grader. This nigga was like, obviously like 40 something. This
Yeah.
motherfucker is doing stuff with a fifth grader, bro. A school
Oh
teacher.
wow.
School teacher.
That's stuff
I don't
again.
even.
Unfortunately, that does happen, and that's when the parents need to really like be on the kids and make sure they go to school and check out these teachers. Because again, nowadays compared to back then, the teachers are more younger, around their age group, and stuff like that has been happening more. And even though again it's wrong, it's that fetish is around it's called the age play. The age play is basically,
Uh,
either you're trying to find someone older than you or younger than you. You try to act a different age than what you really are. Like
uh,
this, it's such a big topic, just the age play, because you have that. So again, you know, a lot of us have, when we were younger, when we were going to school, we had a crush on a teacher. Now, how about where you want to act or they want you to act like a baby?
right. I
So
have.
you start, go ahead and role playing dressing up like a baby, wearing diapers, sucking on a pacifier. Some people like that, where where the age play is, where
Yeah,
they get turned on when they act like a baby or when they see someone act like a baby.
crazy. No, I'm straight on it. Like, see, here's the thing. It's a guy. His name is John Michael Williams, and he owns this adult baby fetish shop. It's
Okay.
actually close to me. It's in the Midwest, actually, which is crazy. Um,
Yeah.
People sell adult diapers in there, and they are aroused, like you said, by being treated like babies. And
Yes.
he's, I guess it's a comfort thing. You know what I mean?
Right. It's a comfort thing.
So, niggas, you know, I don't know. I guess I don't know what could
I
arouse a
mean,
motherfucker buy a diaper. I just don't know. This is why that type of this is why it's crazy, right? And it could somewhat be a you know what I'm saying, a mental illness per se,
it could
but
be.
okay, because this is what I mean by that. Because I'm trying to find the words to say this properly.
Yeah.
So there's a thin line between what I'm saying, anything. So I guess if you want to wear a diaper and niggas are into wearing diapers and linking up with each other and putting diapers on and shit, do your bit. Do whatever makes you happy, right? But it's a very thin line because it's like, okay, what is attracting you about wearing a diaper? Who wears diapers? Children. So it's kind of
Children,
weird.
newborns, yes.
Why would you want to wear a diaper or be treated like a child or anything close to it? What are you doing? What are we talking about? You're sounding crazy. You know what I mean? So, and that itself for me, I don't know. The diaper thing is out there, but you have a lot of other things where people are, even inanimate objects. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but back talking about being acting like a baby or wearing diapers. I was watching this show and they had an episode of this woman acting like a baby. That was her,
Right.
basically her other personality. Because there is a community where,
Niggas
people
act like
like where you
animals
dress like a baby.
and babies
And
and fish and birds and shit.
right. But it was more like you said, maybe it was something that has happened maybe in their childhood that traumatized it. But the thing was, though, a lot of these things that I realized, it was some kind of trauma back then. But
I can
instead of
agree.
just being in pain, depressed, or anything like that, they turn it more like a sexual thing.
Right.
They turn something where it would turn them on.
Right.
Or like you said, maybe it's
Um
just a comfort thing. Maybe that moment, say, there was this guy that wears diapers as an adult, and he said he wears the diapers
mhm.
because it makes him comfortable and a sense of nurturing from his mother when he was a young child.
Right.
And so this other woman that was dressing like a baby, she also was, again, a situation that she had in the past where now she was more into that role
Mhm.
sexually,
Mhm.
and found out that she was able to go ahead and have people enjoy, men especially, enjoy that she's acting like a baby.
Mhm. Exactly. Exactly. And I don't know what that's really about. I kind of, like I said, that particular one is kind of is out there. It's some out there shit. And for me, I don't. I mean, I guess it might not all be crazy per se.
Yeah.
Um, you know what I'm saying? Uh, you know what I'm saying? It's just on a level to where I can understand a person that has some trauma with maybe, you know what I mean, their education, or I'm sorry, their upbringing per se. You know what I'm saying? So you might have like a person who never was, you know what I mean? They feel like they never was loved by their mother or their father.
And
You know
that's
what
what
I'm
it could
saying?
be.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
something that maybe, like you said, maybe they missed something when they were a child, and now they're trying to go ahead and um, basically receive that from someone
Right,
else.
right, right. And that's why I kind of took it upon myself where I was on a level to where I was I couldn't judge a lot of these people. Like I used to see a lot of people on TV and different, you know,
Yeah,
things and shit, and I would be like, damn, okay, what's wrong with this person? You know what I'm saying? Like, but I kind of had to not judge them because everybody kind of has to have their own. You know what I'm saying? You kind of got to have your own thing going on. You kind of got to, you know what I'm saying? Like, you kind of got to know what's happening, right? So for
right.
me, I just took it upon myself, like on a level where I was like, damn, okay, this has to be, you know what I'm saying? It's more to this story. You know what I'm saying? It's more to everything that's happening, and it's more to everything that's going on. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I kind of took it upon myself to be like, okay, cool, but at the same time, I was like, okay, yeah, this is not something that's, you know, normal. You know, a lot of people are not into, you know what I'm saying, um, you know, being a baby. Like, so, but
right.
again, it is linked to trauma. So, like, that's why, like I said, I'm not trying to judge anybody that
And
has certain
and the
things.
thing is, though,
You know what I'm saying?
if fetish role play like that, it's not being really played out there in public. It's just, where they're at home in the
Right,
bedroom.
right,
They could go ahead and act like that. So, some of them go to the extreme, like say, okay, you're the one that's dressing like a baby. I mean, I seen where there was a guy dressing like a baby. He had a whole room separately that
really,
it was a baby room. It had a crib. It had, everything from the walls to having baby toys around to the crib.
really,
It looked like a baby room, and he would sometimes go in the crib there and sleep.
right. I
But
get
it
that.
wasn't something that he'll go out there and act like a baby. Maybe he might wear diapers under, and we wouldn't even know.
Exactly, exactly.
Right. So
So,
it's something that they feel like they still have to kind of hide from the public because, again, a lot of people might not accept that.
right, and I felt like some people in general, um, you know what I'm saying, they just kind of, I don't know, man. It's like people, you know, they neglect the aspect of where people can all be, you know, similar in certain
Right.
ways, but you know, when it comes to levels of extreme, you know, I don't want to say like dysfunctionalism, or you know, when you talk about just shit that's way out there or shit that's a
Yeah.
little too far to the left, obviously people are going to draw a line. But we all kind of have things that we like, you know what I'm saying, that attracts us to people or puts us in a space or place where people, you know what I'm saying, like um, can either relate to us or, you know, obviously not relate to us, especially when it comes to sex, and you know what I mean, identity, all that stuff. It's all linked. It all ties together. So that's why I don't want to put myself in a position where people feel like I'm judgmental. But it's like I said, man. Like it's a lot of stuff out here. So I've seen people, you know, who you know they have relationships with their cars, and I mean like literally a
And that's
relationship with their
another thing
car.
right there. You
I
know,
had, you know, inanimate objects. It's all like it's a particular clip that I really wish we could play.
yeah.
It's where this the girl, she's married to all of these Halloween props, and she has a family.
Oh,
And
really?
yes, it's on, like, I don't know if anybody, you know, has seen, you know, especially recently, all the shit that's coming out with like My Strange Addictions and stuff. Like it's been new recent shit, but some of this stuff is old. I think this particular one is older, and the broad literally has like a bunch of like Halloween decorations. She has like a Chucky doll, a skeleton. a witch,
And so who did
pumpkin.
she, is she married
The witch is
or?
the baby. Yeah, so she's married to the the
Yeah.
the bride. Okay, she has a bride of Chucky. She has a Chucky doll, and then it's a bunch of
Uh-huh.
other stuff. She's married to the girl, so she's a lesbian. But the thing is inanimate, obviously. But she's married to that, and then she has kids. So the pumpkin's a baby, the witches or something is a baby, the skeleton's a baby, and it's some other. It's like some other weird shit.
Yeah.
It's the crazy, and she's dead fucking serious. You know what
Oh
I'm saying?
wow.
So that's why it's like it's a level to where you gotta kind of be like, okay, yes, everybody has some shit that they like. They bitches may like niggas may like bitches with short hair. Niggas may like, you know what I'm saying, bitches who, you know what I mean, know how to massage niggas, you know what I'm saying, or whatever that may be something. Good bitches good with their hands. You could like stuff like
But
that.
just talking about like
But
you're
that
saying, she's married to some Halloween props, whatever like that. That's it's coming out where it's more like that, where people are attracted to just objects. I've seen so many different ones from, there's this woman, I can't remember where she's from. She's from
mhm,
South America, but she ended up marrying one of her zombie dolls. She has a collection of zombie dolls,
like what?
and she married the male zombie doll. And she's in love and whatever like that, and she's trying to create a family. There was
Come on,
another one where I saw the guy, and this is happening a lot now in this generation where we are right now, where the guy, also gets he gets married, but to a sex doll, a woman, a female doll. And that's what we're seeing right now a lot, where
no,
people are marrying their dolls, especially their sex dolls. They order sex dolls. Um, but they created where they even have a child with this doll,
right?
right? And so there's so many people that
Ridiculous,
don't find the opposite sex or any type of sex, human, attractive. So they rather go ahead and get turned on by something else, an object.
bro. If you just couldn't get the pussy game, you just couldn't get the pussy game. It's nothing like, bro. You got
Is that what you
married
think?
to a
So
no.
they can't get the pussy, so they're gonna go ahead and go to a.
That's it. It's some shit is really simple. That's why you gotta kind of. This shit is a real weird situation to where it's like it's a thin line. Like you could be attracted to a bitch, to yellow bitches. You could be attracted to a bitch who
Yeah.
does some type of shit sexually that you like. Cool, but like when you start talking about like niggas marrying inanimate objects and trying to have babies with them, now you really are talking about mental illness per se. Because it's like you
Do you
can.
think that's what it
Well,
is?
honestly, you could. Why? What would like? Remember we was talking about the niggas who linked up to all have sex with a sex doll,
Well, I
in that
mean, just
particular
having
situation.
a sex doll, I mean, that's something that's
S-
going on now. Yes, it could be maybe you can't get the pussy, or maybe you rather
I
not.
don't know. No, you something going on, bro. You can link up with some hoes that's down the fuck at any time, bro. You
Right.
literally
You can
call
go ahead and
niggas
get some
over here.
hoes. You're right.
Come on, man. Like you called niggas over here to do that.
Or maybe
It's
they
like
don't want to pay
maybe you got
for
something
the
going
hoe
on.
for the night.
You
Maybe
got
they
some
want to go ahead and invest on something more long term.
support the hoe. You know what I'm saying? Because she
Support the
probably
hoe.
support the
That's
hoe
what we
that's
do
paying.
here. We support the
Hey,
hoe.
support the hoe that's paying some that's checking in with some
Hey, she's
representation.
working, right? But
That
no,
shit.
but that's the
That's
thing
it.
though. You have to understand how this generation is, and how, again, there is a lot of people that are not sexually attracted to another person.
Right.
You know, they're more like, they're not really worried about sex with a person.
That's because it's either they feel like
Maybe,
they can't get it. I'm sorry.
right. And then they feel like something, an object, triggers something that they feel like they turn on, just attracted, very curious about it. And then it becomes an obsession, a fetish. It becomes a fetish because
Hmm.
you're starting to get attracted, be obsessed with it.
And whatever. And I guess you could look at every like that's why I was really intrigued when learning this had more to do with the mind more than anything because it's like
Yeah,
once you put something in your mind in a high regard, it can eventually become obsession no matter
right.
what it is. So, you can be obsessed with work, you can be obsessed with some type of pleasure or stimulant, you could be obsessed with a person, anything, and that could be whatever drives you in
Yeah.
that regard. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to be limited when I speak on it. That's why like I don't want to like put people in a box or try to make people feel a way for what they like because whoever may hear me speaking knows like what they're going through and I can't judge them for that. So I don't want to be in that space, but it's some stuff that's just out there. So you know what I'm saying? I personally, like I said, for me, I don't really have too many like what I'm saying, like fetishes or anything. Like, of course, I feel like if you role play with your bitch, so cool. You know what I'm saying? If my shorty decide to put the teacher outfit on, I'm gonna be a badass kid for sure. I'm gonna stand after class. You feel me? Cool. You know what I'm saying? Or just generally, like you might. I like bitches who keep they self together. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Right.
Want their toes done, want their hair done, all that type of stuff. Everybody like that. It's just common shit. Nothing. I don't think anybody wouldn't want, but some people want more. You know what I'm saying? Some people may need, people to do certain stuff to get them where they need to go. You know what I'm saying? So,
And again, it's
you
like
know,
when you're attracted to an object, it becomes where first you don't think anything of it. You just again curious, you like it, it's not that
until
you're
you,
attracted to it,
until
you
you,
don't even know that, but then it becomes an obsession because you start constantly be around it.
I feel
Something
like
that makes you feel good, something that makes you then start turning to be arousal.
personally, I feel like if you, okay, prime example, if you kind of, put yourself in position to be exploited by yourself, then you will be. So if you start off looking at some, crazy shit and then next thing you know, you trying to, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
uh, you know, have sex with your car or something, bro. Like that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Or some
I seen
crazy
that
shit.
episode too.
Like yeah, niggas literally like, or you start watching some shit, or niggas like in this some community of niggas who are like car enthusiasts, and then eventually you meet this one nigga who doing something weird, and then you start trying to figure out what it's about, and then you start doing something weird or something. I'm trying to rationalize with it because I don't know how a nigga can get to that point to where he could do that, but
Yeah.
like it's niggas who are doing all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to like this type of shit where it's like it could be borderline like you have some problems upstairs. Like why would you what would make a person, you know what I'm saying, legitimately and come out publicly and be like, yeah, this is what I have a family of fucking Halloween props, like some shit you sit outside in your front yard and this bitch talk about some this her baby. You know what I'm saying? Like something wrong with you. You gotta keep
So,
it
what
like it's
was,
something wrong. So
so
but
she just like any Halloween prop.
I'm telling you, the next, she gonna look. We gonna get some clips up here. We gonna start rolling some clips and stuff.
You need to
And
find that clip because
oh,
I
I
never
got it too.
seen
I got it.
that.
I got it. Trust me, I got it. It's just
But
more
I
level
mean,
where to. Do you want to watch it? Because it's silly. It's silly.
why not?
It's 5 minutes you're not gonna get back. Trust me. You're gonna wish you could cash that out later on when you ain't got 5 minutes left. You're like, damn it, I watched this 5 minutes of this bitch talk about something. She got a pumpkin as a baby. Like it really came out her ass. Like no, I don't know. But like I said, with some other fetishes out here that's kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, like one of my homies was just talking about, he's finna get the threesome. You know what I'm saying? So that's a thing. You know what I'm saying? So hey, that's a fetish as well. You know what I'm saying? Two bitches at one time. You know what I'm saying? Or
Right.
whatever. Some people like orgies. Some people like, you know what I'm saying? So that's a thing as well. You know what I'm saying? So um that's kind of more somewhat relatable than a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying, that fell in love with a tree, you know what I'm saying? But
Yes, I
but
see
that's still not
that.
everybody. But that's still not everybody. That's still not everybody's speed. Everybody may not want a fed or you know what I mean a threesome. Some people may just want the dominant role, like we were talking about earlier, just someone to dominate them or someone to, you know what I mean, be in certain role positions to where they feel a way. It don't always have to like, you know, it's not always sexual. You know what I'm saying? The most common things that are very natural, that's just some basic shit may turn a person on and be like, oh damn, okay, wait a minute. Now I'm thinking about this. You know what I'm saying? Or now I wanna, you know what I'm saying? So that it's kind of weird how shit turns into that, but I guess that's what this really is all about per se.
But yeah, I mean, it's something again. What I have researched is that a lot of people had some kind of
Mm-hmm.
situation, some trauma in their childhood when they were young that triggered this at that moment
Right on.
negative, but somehow they used that later on as you know, sexual attraction, something that they're obsessed with, something that they want. And
I
that
would
comes
agree with
with
that.
where you kind of, I guess you could go ahead and convince your mind that, it was negative, but you could go ahead and use this and it arouses you. It's something that you don't want to think that way, maybe, and you think it of a sexual way. And that's the only way you could go ahead and view it. You can't change it in any other way but sexual if it's something very traumatic.
Right. And that's where I kind of felt like this, you know, um, it's a lot more to it than just saying somebody has it's a just they're into certain things. It's a psychology to why people like what they like and do what they do. So
Yeah.
it always is a story behind it. You know what I'm saying? So I've seen a lot of different shit. There's a lot of different shit out here, especially like what's on social media. You know what I mean? It'll keep you in the loop of everything that's happening, and especially these terms that people come up with certain different you know, for shit. It's crazy. So you'll be scrolling, running into something, and you'll be like, "What does this mean?" And you have to go Google it and figure out what it is. And it's like, "Oh, niggas talking about oh," you know what I'm saying? Like, so shit is definitely new things and new ways to define what people like are changing every day. You know what I'm saying?
You're right. And so let's talk about this other fetish that I was actually kind of interested in too, because this one was called claustrophilia. And it's basically you get turned on when you're in a tight, close place, like in an
Okay.
elevator or
Mm-hmm.
the bathroom, just something where it's small, somewhere tight. That, like they have talk
A
about
car.
when you're flying, the the high
That's the
miles
first
club,
place I thought about. That's the first place I actually thought
that
about. So
bathroom right there.
yeah, that's actually the very first thing I thought about when you said that was niggas in the airplane bathroom. I was thinking the car, airplane
The car
bathroom.
too, yes.
You know what I'm saying? The closet or some shit.
A
If that's what
closet.
you into, that's what you into. Yeah, if that's what's taking you there, that's what's taking you there. You know what I'm saying? So I can't really call it.
But
You know what
some
I'm saying?
people, right, they
Fuck it.
take it to where that's the only, like they go in there, and yes, anytime something closed confined like that, and it could have been, I mean, for many reasons, but one reason could be, again, that could have been your fear, and now you turn it sexual. It could be many different
Right,
reasons,
right,
you
right.
know.
Yeah, right. And it's a lot of
It could
shit
be
could be
maybe because it's so close tight, and you have that person right in front of you really close. That's what turns you on, not
mhm.
just because it's
The
in a confined place, but because it is in a confined place and you and your partner are really close.
maybe that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know. whatever works with we would have to actually talk to somebody who has that going on for real, because I've never heard of that before. So they would definitely have to kind of give me insight, because I don't really. I mean, if you know what I'm saying, I could see how that could happen, but like to know that it's, you know what I'm saying, like that just does something to you. It's just,
Like
I mean,
say,
you know what I'm
okay,
saying?
like say, okay, what they show a lot, like say you got stuck in an elevator. A
Right,
man
right,
and a
right.
woman got stuck in an elevator. What are you gonna do? You're gonna go ahead, maybe at some point you're gonna go ahead and fuck, right?
Possibly, it depends on the
Right.
depends on the demo, but yeah, you know,
Maybe
you
you
might be in there with
won't.
an old
Maybe
lady. You'll
maybe
be
you're
in there
stuck
with
in
an
the
old
elevator
lady.
with a pregnant woman. You never know. But I'm just saying, if it's just a man and a woman, I
Right.
mean, you're stuck there for a while.
What if you in there with
And
some
if you're
70-year-old
attracted,
lady?
some
Yeah, like what you trying to do? You in there with, you know
what
what I'm
you
saying,
trying to
somebody
do?
grandma. Yeah, what you trying to do? You gonna look in her eyes like, what you trying to do? She gonna be like, what? What you trying? She like, what you mean?
Right.
What you mean? Yeah, that's yeah, that's a yeah. I don't know about that, but the elevator is one of those things. It's so you see it in movies all the time. Niggas get in the elevator, they like, what's up? What's up?
Like,
Oh,
what's up?
come to my
And
room. Yeah,
then
like
whoever's watching the
like
cameras,
that.
because there's cameras in the elevator,
Of
they're
course.
watching. It's like, oh shit.
He like,
I
let me,
ain't gonna
you know,
stop there. We're gonna go ahead and just keep this on pause until they're done.
yeah. Let me pull out the jerkins. Hold on.
I mean, they could have worked
Niggas,
it in like they
what?
could have fixed the whole situation in like 5 minutes,
Niggas in
but
there
they
like, wait
decided
a
because
minute.
they saw in the video, hey,
Yeah, niggas like, wait a minute. You pull out the
right,
baby
wait a
oil.
minute.
You know, hold on. Like niggas probably do be in there like it's because I mean to be real with you though, a lot of that's how a lot of these like different picture videos and stuff of
Yeah,
celebrities and stuff kind of get out because the security niggas will know. They'll get that shit and sell that shit to the
right.
nearest whoever pay the most, whatever media outlet pays the most. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, that's how we got all the infamous Beyonce and Solange and all these other people to get caught up in a hotel where they argue with their bitch and then they smack the bitch up and then they get catch a case. All that shit be
That's not
going.
a
You know what I'm
fetish
saying?
though.
That's not a fetish though. But that's how that shit. You know them security niggas, man. Salute to them. That's how they catch this
And
shit.
that could be another fetish too, right there. It's like maybe you just
Watching
attracted
people
to
do shit.
celebrities, they're
Yeah,
attracted to that fame or something like that. That could
that's
be a
definitely a fetish.
fetish.
I was just saying, just watching niggas. So if you know if niggas is watching niggas do shit, that's a thing too. Some niggas
Right,
is literally out their window looking at motherfuckers.
right.
You know what I mean? Like spying on people. I guess that's a thing too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That
and that
is
turns
is
people on.
called
Yeah.
voyeurism,
See, yeah, that's yeah.
and they're obsessed in watching somebody else, like your neighbor or just somebody that you're attracted to, and you start watching them. You start kind of like watching them in their regular life, normal life at home. Some people take it where, again, it could be a neighbor or just, you go out there and you somehow try to go ahead and just look at them, the normal life at home,
Mm-mm.
and you get turned on by that because you're watching them. Just watching them turns you on.
I never been there on a level
No?
where that's a thing. Where you know, I get it though.
Yeah.
If it's a girl you like and she live next door to you and you know you look out your window and see what she's doing, okay, cool. But like even that's
But
the
she
limits
might
to that.
know that you're looking at her.
Maybe, but then if she doesn't, I mean, it's still weird. You know what I mean?
It's a
So
little
it's like
creepy,
it's
but
still weird, but it gives us it's levels to it. If you outside watching random people, keeping tabs on random people that you do not know, okay, crazy. But if you like a girl and she lives across the street and you notice every time one time she comes home or you know little because you notice it and you're there, you can look out your window and you might have seen her doing stuff. That's kind of different and you like the girl, so you kind of want to keep tabs on her. That's a little different. But again, it's still weird. Because you can just talk to the girl. Once you find out what time she come home,
then
you
it
go
could
outside and talk
also
to her.
be where the female, the woman, she likes to be watched. Maybe she
Mm,
does notice that the neighbor is looking at her. Maybe she's the one that has the fetish where she likes to
mm,
be viewed.
maybe. And
she
I would
likes
have to
all eyes on
shit.
her.
Maybe. You know, you got to give people whatever. Some people, you know, that's why I'm like, it could be some motherfuckers who want to be in that position. That's why you see these people that be on these live streams. They be on live streams sleeping and eating and taking showers and all type of stuff. And people will pay to watch their live stream. Like that's a, and they want to see that shit. Like they literally are interested in that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like that's a thing for people too. I don't know why, but it's a market for them niggas. So
Right. I mean, again, like I said, it go either way. You know, it could be you're the one that's watching, or I'm the one that likes to be watched. You know, so
hmm
it could
hmm
go both ways, and that's both fetishes.
right.
You know,
So
you like to
yeah.
go ahead and just watch someone. And then
hmm
maybe I could
Do
be the one
you?
that I like to go ahead and have someone watch me, no matter what. And they go take it to where again they're invading your personal life, where they could be watching you when you're at home. Like you could go ahead and be watching me while I'm at home, maybe as from sleeping to waking up to getting up and doing my routine. You
hmm
might know my routine better than I know my own routine.
hmm it's been
You've
some
been watching.
movies. It's some movies that's it portrayed those type of situations and
Yes.
scenarios where people have been stalked, where they,
Yeah.
you know, what I mean, yeah, that's a
And it
serious.
becomes obsessed. And especially it happens a lot with celebrities. Like I just heard recently about how they just caught Taylor Swift stalker by her house,
Crazy,
literally at her house. So,
crazy.
stuff like that happens a lot, especially, again, with that situation where it's a normal person that's obsessed with a celebrity. And it happens a lot because again, it's something
Right.
that you see consistently. It's being viewed. You're seeing it all over the place. So this guy became obsessed with Taylor Swift because she's all over. We know that. Everybody knows that she's popular. She's making her money and everything like that. She just on tour and stuff like that. So he became fascinated with her, and where he didn't realize where he was more like watching every move that she made. Every move that she made. So,
Yeah, I've
they
seen a lot
ended
of
up
celebrity
finding
situations
out who he was and
like
arrested him and everything like that. Because, again, the celebrities, they make sure that they are protected, but stuff like this happens too.
you got to. I mean, if you have any type of thing going on where it could be vulnerable, or you could be in a vulnerable situation, you need to be
Yeah.
protecting yourself. So I don't know. They are celebrities are super at risk to people, um, putting them in situations that can exploit them. And people probably feel like, yeah, they got money, it's cool, like but they're still people, they're still humans. If you had money, would you want somebody trying to you know what I
Yeah.
mean, rob you? You know what I'm saying? Like that shit ain't cool just because a nigga got money. That don't make it justified that you're taking something from them. You know what I mean? So people think weird, but that's how a lot of those weird situations happen with them. Like you see what happened with
And like I said, that's a fetish itself. You become
right,
obsessed with just celebrities because there's some stalkers that they jump from. They have multiple celebrities that they stalked.
right.
So
Some
that's
people,
a fetish itself right there. But
and a lot of these people end up losing some of these women lose their life from these stalkers and shit. Like you said, the nigga that was supposed to be Taylor Swift's stalker, whatever's by her house. The nigga, if the bitch that was obsessed with Chris Brown broke into his house,
yeah,
maybe or something, just crazy. It's like, what is wrong with you? Why would you? What is you think he finna come home and fuck you or something? Like he finna call the cops. Fuck is wrong with you? He finna get you up out of there.
right. And that's the thing.
What's wrong with
They
you?
don't care when they're the ones that being obsessed. They don't care about nothing else. I mean, they don't
Right.
think
It
at that moment. They
logically,
just want to reach to what they want
exactly. You know what I'm saying? So for
because
me,
that's what attracts them. That's what turns them on. That's what makes them in that situation where they, you know, not reality, but they think it's a reality.
exactly, you get what I'm saying. So that's where like, okay, I like you might have a nigga who have a like a nigga who may have a like a foot fetish or something, or whatever.
Talking
That's
about the foot fetish.
you know what I'm saying. It's nothing wrong with that. I feel like cool, do it if you like that. You may have a nigga who just like titties. You know whatever.
Right,
Those
and
type
that's the
of
thing
things
though. Would you
are
call it a fetish because you like titties? No, people don't say, "Oh, you have a fetish of titties." You just think
yeah,
that's normal. But when you say foot fetish,
exactly. Exactly. Foot
it's
fetish is a thing. Yeah, foot fetish is a thing too, where people probably might think like, "Whoa, okay," but like it's still more relatable than a nigga trying to, you know what I'm saying, get married to a fish. You know what I'm saying, and you know what I mean,
how we
and
go
try
from
to have
foot
babies with
fetish
a
to
fish.
marrying a fish.
I just mean, but that's the type of shit that it's extreme levels to it. It's like you talking about niggas who, you know, are doing something that no one could relate to, and then you have a nigga who
Right.
lays, yeah, you know, I like on
But
my bitch.
overall, like we said in the beginning, it's something that you're obsessed with. So
Yeah, if you're
something,
obsessed with that, something's wrong. That's my point.
well, something that triggers your nerve in your brain that tells you you
If
like this or you're attracted or
if a
you're
nigga
curious
is
about it. There's a difference between, just trying to find out, but some
if
people
a
take it to the extreme, like you say, getting married
bro,
to
if a,
different objects, a fish or whatever.
yeah, if a nigga has a diaper on, and you are like, damn, I'm trying to fuck this nigga. I'm not gonna just think something's wrong with you or him. I think something's wrong with you too. Like
But you're not
what?
gonna go ahead and say, okay, I have a fetish because I like men. That's not a fetish. That's just something
No, you
to
want a
say
nigga in a diaper.
normal.
No, you didn't say you're a woman that is attracted to men. You said, you know what I'm saying? No, these motherfuckers are out here. That's what they want. That brings them like you know the niggas is saying it's comforting. Listen, I'm just like yo, do what you want to do. Everybody do what they want to do.
And that's the
I'm
thing. If
just
you want to go ahead and do if something that you think attracts you or turns you on, why not do it? You can go ahead and do it. Do whatever you want to do in the bedroom as long as you have someone that's gonna go ahead and
and it's not
understand
illegal,
that.
right? And it's not illegal.
Because there is always someone that's gonna go ahead and understand your fetish.
There's a lot of weirdos out here, man. I'm not saying I'm not a weirdo. I am, but like not in that way. So it is what it is. I just yeah. It's just once again, it's always gonna be one of them things where I want to have to talk to people more who are into certain things to get a better perspective of why the psychology is the way it is for them versus someone else. You know, so
But we
I'm
already
not gonna
talked
do too
about
much.
it. Something that most likely
Yes,
something
it's trauma. It could be
right.
trauma,
Something
but
that triggered it,
you know what
but
it is.
made it where
You know what
mentally instead of using it in a negative way, you use it in a sexual way.
positive
It's not
or
positive, but it's in a sexual way.
right. It's not good or bad. It's just an outlet. My
Right.
thing is okay, because here's the thing: you'll find a lot of people who are into certain things sexually, and the first thing a person would commonly think is, okay, it might be some trauma or something there, psychologically or something, right? But some niggas will argue. They'll be like, "No, I never had a situation where I went through anything. My parents loved me. I was always a straight A student. I was this and that. I just wanted to do this." And you'd be like, "Okay, you know what I'm saying? It makes
Yeah.
sense. I mean, like, maybe you did."
Right. And I was just also seeing this other type of sexual fetish, which is also where a lot of people fear the role play of clown play.
Clowns.
Clown play, yes. Where it could be, where maybe you just like say, I dress like a clown and you're attracted to me because I'm dressed like a clown, or it
Yeah, I've
could
seen
be
that too.
where the other way around, or it could be where we're both like to dress like a clown and we're attracted to each other.
Okay. And for me, I have seen that. I've seen other people who have like done other things like similar to that, but it's like, hey, do what you do.
They're like, yeah,
The
why not?
juggalos are the
I mean,
juggalos are a thing. The juggalo
you
niggas
go
are
ahead
a
and
thing.
dress like a clown. Just don't dress like it.
The
But
juggalos,
dress
yeah,
like
the
a
juggalos are a
clown.
thing.
Go ahead and give me like a little balloon trick.
Right, yeah, balloon trick.
Right. And
Yeah,
maybe
she want.
hey, they like
Yeah,
it where maybe it's the makeup or just the outfit. Maybe it's the whole outfit. Maybe it's the whole look they
it's
like.
the aesthetic. It's the aesthetic.
But then
I
some
mean,
people don't like that. People are scared of clowns.
you know what it is. You know how people like crude humor
Yeah.
and dark humor. It's
Yeah.
kind of like that. The psychology of niggas liking taboo things and
Yeah.
far out there things is really because we have an ego and we have like a moral system that's embedded inside of like the ego. So if you grew up in a Christian household and you know it's bad to be gay, you know what I'm saying, or be promiscuous or
Just stick
go out
around.
loose, you're going to build a complex to where if you somewhat if you hold the religion in your heart in a high regard and you follow it to a certain level, the foundations of that will be present in your life to the point where you will question if you should, venture into sex, or if you could do that in the third, or if you were tempted enough to do it, or it's always going to be somewhat of a struggle that's built there. And some people don't have the willpower to say, I'm going to prioritize the faith over the act. So then you have people who are gay and then they be like, oh, I'm still a Christian. Or they be like, whatever. But it builds this kind of negative thing where people have to battle themselves, not to do it or whatever the case may be. But like at the
Right.
same time, those type of people also, you know what I mean, eventually find a way into a cross path where it's like, do I choose this or do I choose my sexual identity? Do I choose, you know what I'm saying? Because now I have to prioritize my spirituality or this. Some people just get lost in that after some time. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
And
So that's
again, it's
it's a
something
struggle.
where I think more a fetish is something where you're the one that's attracted to it, but nobody else will understand. So it's hidden because again, a lot of times this stuff that attracts them, they hide it, and that's more like even turns them off even more because it's like a secret. It's something where it's just them and the other person
Uh-huh.
understands.
Exactly. And I can respect that's why like I said, like I could rationalize with certain things. Like I'm not a fucking robot. I get certain aspects of where people want to just feel the way they want to feel. So you cool. You know what I'm saying? But I still have to kind of learn more about certain things to kind of not have a judgmental mind or a biased
Yeah,
mindset because it's some shit I'm just never going to be, you know what I mean, into or
yeah,
anything. But like at the same time, there are people who do, and they have to explain that for themselves. So it'd be best to hear some of this stuff like a person, like the person whoever's into being into traps places and stuff. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
No, I understand that. So, like I
To be
said, go ahead.
to be honest with you though, you never really said what yours was. Well, yeah. So let's
I
get into
like a
that.
lot of things.
You asked me from the jump. You was grilling me
Well,
from the
yeah, because
jump.
I wanted to know. I was nosy. I wanted to know.
I see. Now it's my turn. What's up?
I really like. Okay, so there's a lot of things I do like, but
Oh, pay
more
attention,
that
fellas.
turns
Pay
me
attention,
on
fellas,
is
because she about to
being
tell us.
submissive. The bondage, the submissive, the dominant, this kind of slave and master in a way, something that has grown more now than it has before because it wasn't a fetish before. But I think it's more now where in my public life, my normal life, I'm more dominant, you know? And so I feel like when I'm outside that element, I feel like I shouldn't have to be in control all the time.
I agree.
I mean, sometimes it's okay, but you don't want that all the time. You always want to make sure that you put in an effort and then they put in effort as well. So sometimes you want to be in control and sometimes you want them to go ahead and take control.
Okay.
So um
So what would you say your
actually at some
extreme?
point later on, we should just have a room about bondage because bondage is a really huge topic. A lot of people do like that fetish.
And that's somewhat it's a kink, and it's somewhat of an extreme kink, but it still is more relatable than others because more people are into that than maybe
They
some other
are.
crazy shit. So, um, yeah. So, are you saying that that's your thing, or what are you saying?
I mean, that's something that I do like. I like it where
Let me put some notes out. Hold on.
where I want
Let me get the notes.
my
Hold on. Let me get the
partner.
notes. I need my notes. Hold on. I need to get my
You
notes.
want to take notes?
Let me take notes on this. So,
You take
fellas, man, get your
notes.
notes.
But
Fellas, get your
I do
notes.
want my partner, my man, to go ahead and take control most of the time. I mean, yes, sometimes I want to take control. That turns me on too. If I see where I take control and I'm doing something where he's getting pleasure, he liking it, that's a turn on, But then I also want it where I want my man to want me to go ahead and take control, make him do what he wants, and show me that he can go ahead and turn me on. And if he
Exactly.
can go ahead and be a little aggressive, why not?
Well, that's where the partnership comes into perspective because where your partner knows what to do and when to take the back seat and when to take the driver's seat. And, sex is like that. And for a
Yeah,
man, I would say it is, you know, it's refreshing when a woman does know how to do certain stuff that can, you know, kind of say, hey, I'm whatever. It's refreshing to a certain degree because I'm used to just any man is just used to just you performing. It's for you to perform. But like when a girl
right.
knows how to perform
It's
too,
not always
it
where
makes
the
it
man has to go ahead and make the first move.
yeah
The,
yeah.
wo-
And
the
it's
woman
not
should
even
go
a
ahead and want it as well. Make him feel like he's attracted as well.
it's not
You
even the
make the
first
first move
move.
sometimes.
Yeah, it's not just the first move though. It's like okay, so let's say just generally, like let's say you having
Just
sex
generally, yeah.
and you do whatever, and you know what I'm saying. Let's say you bust or whatever, and then the girl's like, all right, cool. You may want to keep going, and she may want to keep going too. But it's like she's just like okay, she's not like trying to, what I'm saying, make you more aroused. She's not
Yeah.
trying to continue. It's just kind of like it's all about her. So it's just, oh, you just done? Okay, we just done. It's like, no, dude, like apply yourself. Like
Right. It's
make this
about both of you
interesting.
anyways
Yeah.
at the end of
If you talking about like if a nigga's used to that, he gonna just be used to that. And you're not gonna ever get to the next level. Like maybe he needs to help unlocking that shit too. It's not all just a nigga just going in there and performing. That's why it's funny because I seen this viral clip the other day where this guy was talking shit about this girl.
the Uh-huh.
These videos where everybody's doing this speed dating shit now. It's popping right now.
Yeah.
Everybody the speed dating videos. This one girl was, I guess, doing the speed dating and she was a stud. And she got on there and she was like, yeah, um, she's interviewed the girls interview the person or the person that's dating or trying to find the person to date is
Yeah.
interviewing the 20 people or whatever. So this one girl, she's interviewing her and the girl is like, yeah, well, what you doing, in the bedroom or something? She's like, oh yeah, I can last all night with my, yeah, I can do my, yeah, I can last all night. She's like, oh, she's talking with the strap. She's like, oh yeah, I got my strap. Yeah, I can last all night. And the nigga was like, he paused the video because he was doing a reaction. He was like, "Yeah, of course you last night with a fucking plastic dick." He's like, "It's not even a fucking real dick."
But
So of
she's
course you can
being
fucking laugh.
dominant because she feels like if she had a strap on, she felt dominant.
Hey, and it's no shame. It's no shade or nothing like that.
Not
But
at
listen,
all.
but hey, I was born with it. I know what to do with it. You just not gonna outdo me. I don't care if you got a plastic dildo. That's cool. You're not gonna outshow me. The real
But
thing
you
is
know,
gonna beat the simulation every time. I'm just sorry. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. That's my personal opinion.
but
You know
how
what
do
I'm saying?
you handle? Okay, so question though, how do you handle say, okay, like okay, you already know my fetish. You know, I like to be submissive. You know, the
Oh,
dominant
I took the notes.
role
Yeah, I
play.
took the notes. Hey, fellas, man,
But
take notes, man.
say,
This is what girls like,
okay,
man.
so if we were seeing each other and you didn't like that, how would I go ahead and proceed? How would you go ahead and take it when I tell you, okay, well, say, you know, we're in the bedroom and tell you, go ahead and, you know, give me a little pain, twist my nipple or choke
Oh,
me
I'm gonna do whatever you tell me to do.
or use some kind of whip or something. I
It
mean,
depends on the nigga. I mean, like, if you're saying me specifically, if hypothetically I was in a
well, yeah,
situation
because
with a
I mean,
girl,
some will be into it. Some people will like,
yeah,
okay,
something,
you know,
yeah,
I don't know about choking you
it's
because
some dudes. No, it's some dudes out here, bro. I remember we had a room on Clubhouse and we were talking about certain shit. I don't remember specifically what it was, but it just happened to go to it just went to this level of what niggas is and not doing or something. I don't know. So it got to the level where everybody was talking about giving head and everybody's saying, yeah, what they doing. A lot of the niggas is like, yeah, I'm finna eat the bitch like this. Or I'm gonna do this or I'll do this. Niggas is literally talking about, hey, yeah, I don't want my bitch to give me head. We like, what?
right.
What are you talking about? Yeah, I don't want my bitch to woo because I just woo. And I was like, I had to again. That's why I was saying, me judging that is coming from a biased place. I don't want to have to always come from that place. So it's best when people do have these perspectives, they have to say what's going on with they shit.
I mean, you want to go ahead and talk about it maybe or
Because I
kind of
had
like
to ask them,
slow
yeah.
into it, you know?
Because I don't I think you were there, but I don't remember you were there. But dude was going into the shit like he just I just something about it I don't like da da da. I was like, it's got to be some type of trauma or something happening to
And it
where
could be, you know,
I don't
again,
know what that is to where a person I'm like you too weak. It's the best. It's like one of the best. It's arguably it could be it's synonymous with pussy. I'm like, how are you not? I don't know, but like that's his thing. So like you know what I mean. You could get into a room with a nigga and get to fucking with a nigga because you think you fucking with him, and then you say some shit like that to him, and he like, whoa, like I don't know if I want to do that. You said, you know what I'm saying, gouge your eyes out. What? You said, you know what I mean? You said pull your hair out your scalp. What? What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? You said kick you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm just being silly, obviously. I'm being extreme. But when it really comes down to it, I see a lot of shit that's online where, it's new things people are trying, it's new things that's going viral. Sometimes you got niggas who are dating certain women that are into certain stuff, and in the scenarios that they go through, they, you know, put them on social and they go viral. So you see a lot of different shit that's happening now. So I can't be, judgmental on, like I said, on anybody. I'm not punching the bitch in the face, but like, it's levels to what I'm doing too. But like, if if hypothetically speaking, if a girl was like, yeah, I like whatever, and I'm trying to do whatever, okay, cool. As long as it's not ridiculous, I'm more of a nigga who's willing to. You want to be choked? Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you like BDSM or something, and you kind of doing whatever the case is. Okay, cool. Niggas can somewhat adapt to some of that. But if you're talking about some crazy shit, I don't know. We're gonna have to keep it, 55th Street, like you know what I'm saying, type shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You gotta at some point you gotta draw a line and be like, I'm going to do this and I'm willing to do that, but I'm not doing that. But
and that's the thing.
you
You
know,
just have to go ahead and communicate because if it's something that you like, you're gonna have to go ahead and risk that. If it's something that you like to do, just communicate with your partner, or just, like I said, slow it in where,
Sometimes that don't work though. Sometimes people just ain't. That's why I was like, I
and then
get what you
again,
saying.
yes, but that's
Because if
what
I
I
was
mean.
asked to choke a bitch, or if I was asked to pull some hair, or if I was asked to, you know what I mean, squeeze a bitch, I'm gonna do that. You want to be squeezed, bitch? I'm gonna squeeze your ass. But some niggas don't,
But
probably ain't
see,
with that.
a lot of people don't do that because, again, like, you as a man, a lot of times it's like, no, it's like, you're not gonna go ahead and do that, because then what if, again, outside the bedroom is the same situation, but again, it's feeling differently.
I got you
It's still
100%.
different.
Yeah, yeah.
So a lot of times it's something where, say, okay, I like to be choked. A lot of men don't want to do that because, or they might be, maybe they can't control their strings, whatever, like that. Whatever the situation is. It's a lot of reasons where they might not be up to that. So what you
That's
can do a lot of times, what I've been
you better know
kind of
who.
researching is like, there's a way to go ahead, like I said, slow it in where you start off where,
Slow it in.
yeah, slow it in.
Slow it in.
Oh. But
I get you
so like
100%
I
though. You
say,
gotta.
I was like looking around, was doing some research and everything like that, especially about, the bondage. And
Okay.
I was seeing a lot in this online sex stores, where they have, the bondage section by itself differently. And,
Okay.
they have different levels. They have where you go ahead and get beginner's kits. You know,
Oh,
maybe you're
you got
kind of curious about it. Maybe you want to go ahead and you have finding a partner where you can go ahead and say, hey, let's go ahead and try new things.
you got yourself a kid.
Yeah, I got myself a beginner's kit just to go ahead and see, basically, the beginner's
Oh,
kit. I want to go ahead and do my research. I want to see what it comes with it. and it's a beginner's kit, like I said. It's something where
okay.
it's something you're curious about, but you're not gonna go ahead and be too aggressive. But you want
Right.
to start someplace.
Level one,
Especially
because
again, you might want to do this,
some bitches like being
with a partner.
electrocuted. Yeah, some bitches like being electrocuted and waterborne tortured and shit. So you
So
may not
what?
be on that level. Yeah, you might. Some bitches want to be held upside down. You know what I'm saying? Literally, in clamps and chains and shit. So you may not be there, but this might be So it's the entry level. It's the baby. It's the baby. It's the baby version.
You start off slowly, okay? You don't
You
have to
gotta
go all the
crawl for
way
you won't.
extreme,
Gotta crawl for you won't.
especially when you start hitting around first, like the choking part. So once excuse me, when the woman
Sure.
wants you to choke her, that means she likes a little rough play. So maybe you haven't experienced that, or maybe you have, and maybe you haven't experienced it with this person. Okay, so why not go ahead and start with the beginner's kit? So I went to go ahead and I was shopping around.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted something simple just to go ahead and start off, and see.
What these niggas had to offer.
And what we want to try. It's different
Mm-hmm.
things.
Got you.
So it comes with different things.
Let's go.
It comes with, well, first, before I even got the kit, one thing I did get that I did like
Mm-hmm.
is a whip.
Spank that ass.
Why not? If you spank it with your hand, why not spank it with a whip, right?
Toot that ass up,
Spank,
bitch.
spank that ass, right?
Toot that ass, bitch.
But this one I do like because it has a little heart at the end.
No, hit a bitch with the love.
Exactly.
I love you, bitch. Come on. Pow. Love you,
But
bitch.
right. Why not?
I mean, hey, look, I'm getting ideas. Keep going.
So then, you know, again, it's just not just for spanking, as I discovered with my man. I discovered
It's the tickling part two or something. What you got? What you got?
a little bit, but you can go ahead and put this between, the booty
Oh,
crack, the ass crack.
oh shit. Oh, I don't
And
know what you.
yeah, when it hits
We
that,
gonna have to
right,
go
when it hits
into
that,
that. We gonna have to. I mean, hey,
hey, and then
hey,
you spank that ass,
and then you spank that
But
ass,
enough
and
of
then you
that.
say,
I do
and then
have
you say,
another
ah
one,
ah
but this is
ah.
like again a beginner's kit, and This is the whip that came with it, which is a small one,
Oh,
something
got
that's
you.
not so well. It's not leather, so
Yeah.
something that you could go ahead and be playful. Of course, you could go ahead and
So you
tickle your
know,
partner's body with it, or you can spank their ass, like you said.
right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go ahead. It definitely looks medieval. You know what I'm saying? Looks medieval. Looks like that's what they was. You know what I'm saying? Whipping Jesus with. But maybe it was probably some bigger shit. They probably had some bigger shit. But
The
that's
bigger
that.
shit.
But
Oh
that's another
shit.
topic. But that's another topic. So I ain't gonna go too far into that right now.
Let me see
But
what else I can find right
yeah,
now.
yeah. What else you got in the bag, man?
What
What
else
you
I
got in
have
the
in the bag?
bag?
Well, okay, how about some people like the choking part. Okay, the choking part basically is more like a them controlling your airway. It's they in control first of all, but
I control if you live or die,
maybe
bitch.
yeah, just turn out that you
You
I
live or
don't know,
die, bitch. It's
I
all in
guess
my
not at that
hands.
moment, but you don't want to go ahead again play safe because you don't want to go ahead and faint,
You need
but
a safe word.
a safe word. You need a safe word. That's
What's
right.
your safe
But
word?
you don't need the safe word. You could go ahead and just
Say,
communicate with
bitch,
your
stop,
partner without
bitch,
really
stop choking me.
communicating. You
Bitch, get over. Bitch, stop choking.
talk to a Scorpio.
Hey, motherfucker be like, hey, you better low key. When I say, get off my neck, get off my neck. Bitch, when I say that's too much, bitch, that's too much. That's,
That's too
hey,
much.
never been through that. I never dealt with a person who wants to play that way, so I never had that experience, but I'm sure
Okay, so
it's.
you haven't choked a female before?
No, no, I ain't saying that, but
Okay,
it's,
but I'm asking you that.
yeah, but
Okay,
it's
so how did
different
that
to,
go though?
I mean,
How did it lead to that?
yeah, I mean, see, that's kind of like, I don't know
That's
how to
what.
explain. Well, it's kind of like, I don't want to say broad, but it's kind of like broad because you could just choke a bitch real quick and then move on to something else. It's not so much to where that's a real part of the foreplay per se. That might be some shit that's happening in passing, but again, some people may feel like that's what brings them there, but then some people may be feeling like I don't want that. So it just kind of just depends on what you're dealing with. Like I've
Yeah.
never been in a situation where that was a main thing to where that was one of the things that kind of got someone turned on per se, like me choking them specifically, like me
Okay, so
touching
but
them.
how did it lead
Yeah.
to that? Do
I
you just
mean, you end up just fucking, and then eventually you like, bitch, get the fuck over here. You choking me. You know what I'm saying? And that's just kind of how it is. And of course, the bitch is going, so it's automatically a go. But like, I've never been to a situation where a
so
bitch.
did
Well,
she
I
just tell
have,
you
I
like
have, but
choke
I
me?
haven't. Yeah, exactly. Like not necessarily where the bitch is
Oh, she
begging
just
to be
told
choked per
you.
se. Yes, but like generally speaking, if I decided to do it, I just did it. But like, not a lot of bitches was telling me to choke them. You get what I'm saying? Like I've had bitches who liked it, but never was like, yeah, choke me for sure, choke me or smack me or something. Like they never
I mean, yeah.
asked for it. But if I did it in the time, in the heat of the moment, they probably would have been going for it. You get what I'm saying? So it's different when you talking about certain scenarios. Or like just talking crazy. That could be a fetish as well. Just like we said, shut
Yeah.
the fuck up, bitch. Or dirty talking. That's a thing too, because you're not going to necessarily do that when you get done fucking. But like, while you fucking, it creates this, like you said, this level of submissiveness and domination, like where what I mean. You definitely are controlling a person or telling a person you gonna do this, and
Right. You're
that's it. And
controlling.
that could,
Yeah.
for a
You're
woman, of
controlling
course,
them.
yeah, that's where it is for a woman. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I mean, this little beginner's joint you got, you might, send me the links. I can,
So
look
talking about choking and the neck area.
the neck area,
So
the
next thing I
neck
got
area.
basic neck collar. Let me
It's like, do it got a shock thing on it?
No, not this one. This
Damn.
again, like I say, I gotta find the beginners thing.
Mm,
And it's just a simple um neck collar. It's fuzzy in the inside so it could be comfortable. But
yeah, let me see
like
it.
I
I
said,
didn't
this
see
is
it.
the beginner one.
Yeah, can I
And
see it again? I didn't see
huh?
it. Let me see it again. I didn't see it.
Okay, so this is just a basic one that I received where
If you want to
it
choke a
goes, it's
bitch.
thick, so it goes around. It's comfortable because it has the fuzzy stuff. And then, of course, you could go ahead and get different ones. They have different ones where, you could go ahead and get them in different colors, designs, have it with diamonds, whatever. You go ahead and have a name plate, which they have a lot like saying like bitch and pussy and sissy, stuff like that. It's more
Crazy.
about the role play of the slave.
Got you.
So they will go ahead and have a collar, and then what comes with it, hold on.
Oh no, you take your time.
What comes with it is a leash. Now again,
Oh,
just
I've
a
seen that.
beginner, and it just comes with a simple leash, and it's more about again the control. The control with it, you get to go ahead and I could have my man to go ahead and control me by controlling, maybe having me on my knees, or
Got you.
you know, just
Right.
control with the leash. Hold on, I'm not gonna even put it on. Hold on. So and it could go ahead and be done with either one. Men like to go ahead and be in control. I mean, be controlled. That's what they have. The master and the sex slave, the slave and the master.
Yeah, it's a fact.
So it came with just a basic leash, but again, you could go ahead and get different ones. You could get real leather, different colors. You could go ahead and get chain, basically, yeah. And then you just go ahead and
Hey,
connect it. But the whole thing is that he's
okay.
gonna have total control of me, where he could go ahead and just use the leash as control, like how in a bad way, control your
Right.
dog, control your pet. But this is, like I said, it's like more like me being
Hmm.
submissive while he's being dominant.
Exactly. It's the ultimate like
Yes,
level to it. Yeah, exactly. And it's
right,
and it's even more levels after that. But yeah, exactly. Yeah, I get it
right.
100%.
So, and again, it's something that you both make sure you guys do agree upon to play, that you're both comfortable in.
Right on.
So what it
Right on.
also came with, and when I was thinking about this, a lot of people don't like to go ahead and use these. Well, not this particular. Again, this is the base, the beginner.
Got
People
you.
don't like to be handcuffed. Why?
Oh. Oh. I mean,
But
I
they've
could
been
think of a few
arrested.
reasons why, but yeah,
Many reasons, right?
yeah, I could think of a few
So,
reasons, but go ahead.
so all I'm saying is that okay,
You just said don't knock it till you try it.
right? Try it. You can
Hey,
go. Okay, I can understand because you just don't like the real handcuffs because that's traumatic. Again,
right. A
whatever like
little,
that.
yeah,
That's
a
fine.
little bit of trauma in that. Yeah, just a little bit, not too much. It's a little trauma in niggas getting handcuffed. But
Right. So you
hey,
get some
if you
like that
into it, I'm
don't
into
look
it. That's
as much as
cool.
like
Yeah.
handcuffs. I mean, you can. You could go ahead and
If
get real handcuffs that has the fuzzy over it. But
if
then you
Shorty
go
want
ahead
to do
and get
that, then we
something
could do
simple,
that.
something again, this the beginners. And they just have like little wraps with the furry inside, and you go ahead and connect them together. I just can't connect them right now by myself. You know. But so you connect them together and it's a little handcuffs or whatever like that. So they gave me two pairs, one for my hands and one for my legs.
Okay.
So,
Came with two pairs
and
of those.
again, they're comfortable. So then again,
They not.
it's
Yeah.
different levels. So you could start
Exactly.
with the beginning where it's, not too painful. You just like a little pain. And then if you want to, you could go ahead and gradually go.
Further with the shit. Yeah. Right.
Yes.
Right. Exactly.
You could go
Makes
ahead and go
sense.
with maybe real leather. Now
Leather.
that's a fetish itself.
Yeah. Leather. Yeah. Leather is
Leather.
probably a thing. Yeah. Leather is a thing
Some
for me.
people like to go ahead and just be wearing leather the way it feels, stuff like that. So, but it came with a lot of things.
My leather's so
Not
soft.
everything.
Okay. Cool. I mean, that's a good starter. You know what I'm saying?
It
That's
is
a
a
start.
beginner, so and
It's
that's
a
the thing.
beginner
If you
joint.
want to go ahead and introduce it to your partner, that's something
Hey,
that
do
you want
what you
to
need
do.
to
Why
do.
not start it with something slowly?
Right. 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 Right.
Freak them out.
So right. That was a dope beginners, you know what I'm saying, little package they sent you. You know what I mean? Salute to
Yeah, it
them.
came with
You
a
know what
lot
I'm
of
saying?
things. It even came with a few butt plugs.
Oh, it came with that too. Okay, so
Yeah,
this
some butt plugs. Some
they got
again,
this,
it's
yeah,
smaller, so it's a beginner's thing. If you
whatever
never
works.
again want to do
Whatever
that,
works.
and it
Yeah,
came
I see
with some
that.
anal beads. But
Oh shit.
oh yeah.
Oh shit. They loaded you up.
Well, and that's the thing. You
They
could go
plugged
ahead and
you.
buy the kit, so then you could go ahead and try different things and
Got
see
you.
what you guys like the best.
Got you. Yeah, we're gonna have to
You like
revisit.
everything. Maybe you want to go ahead and have a little bit more.
Right. Yeah, we're gonna have to revisit.
Yes.
Yeah, in case you do go to level 2 or something, we'll have to revisit that.
Level two, right?
You know what I'm
Or level
saying?
three.
They do got those mystery boxes and stuff. They got,
They
niggas send the mystery
do.
box. Yeah, you never know. So we have to revisit that. You know what I'm saying? That should be dope.
But no, but that's the thing though. I do. I mean, that's not one of the things, but that is one of the things, but it's not the only fetish. I mean, there's a lot of things that, again, it's depends on who your partner is, because then you could go ahead and want more, not even be
Hmm.
turned on by other things,
Yeah,
depending on
for
the
sure.
partner that you're with,
Yeah, for sure. For
depending
sure.
how
The
open you both
scenarios play out.
are.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
You
I was
gotta
just, yeah.
communicate about it some type of way, whether it's while you're having sex or really talking about it.
Trust me, I understand completely. That's
Yeah,
why, as interesting as it is,
yeah,
it's still more I have to learn with certain topics. So it's always good to learn and just kind of just see what shit is really about. You know what I mean? You may not do every single thing, but it's always good to learn.
right. There's
So,
certain things that you'll do with different partners that you have. I mean,
or yeah, or that
being
too.
real, we have had, a past. Everybody has had multiple partners, and you realize that a lot of times it's different in every type of relationship,
Hmm.
depending on how you guys do vibe in the bedroom.
That's a big fact. So, yeah, that's a big fact.
Because
Yeah, I'm
maybe
with it.
sometimes, maybe the person I'm with, maybe they don't like this bondage stuff. Maybe they don't want to do anything like that.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's definitely a fact. Yeah, man. I agree 100%, man. But yeah, man, that was
I
dope.
mean, there's so many other fetishes. I mean, we could go all night, but I think
Yeah,
we really had a good conversation tonight.
I think we're gonna revisit a couple of things here because they were really dope. So
Yeah.
yeah, be on the lookout for some of that stuff. Especially when we revisit some of these topics because I think it's some. I got some really good ideas while we were you know what I'm saying, dealing with stuff. Some stuff came into my head, so we'll definitely be here, again, bringing
Yeah,
some
and
juicy
I really wanted other people's opinions, other people's, I really
big
wanted to know
facts,
their fetishes, it's
big
something where
facts.
if you don't want to go ahead and post it out there, then go ahead and inbox me your fetish, and I could go ahead and I really want to go ahead and get other people's opinions, other people's thoughts, it's not just about you and me, Dr. Scorpio, but it's more
That's a big
about
fact.
everybody go ahead and be educated about this because it's out there. And why even, like, if you have a fetish, why hide it? Okay, I understand because a lot of people wouldn't understand that,
Exactly. You know what I'm
but
saying? So
it's known out there. It needs to be aware where there is stuff like that. You're not the only one. Don't think that you're the only one that feels that way because there is a huge community in a lot of these fetishes.
that's a big fact.
Right.
So, yeah. So we definitely will get more people um, in tune when the next time we have this. So if there is some people who want to kind of chop it up about certain stuff, we definitely will be back. Revisiting this. Or if there's any time you just want to come chop it up and talk shit about whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Of course, you can do that. The chat is here for that, and of course, you can hit us up in the back channels
They
and get
want to
into
share their stories. They need to let
us.
us know. They
Yeah,
need to
exactly,
contact us.
exactly. Yeah,
I
so
do want to thank everyone that has shown up tonight.
big
I
facts.
thank everyone that has been here kind of supporting us. We are trying to grow. And we're going to go ahead and keep having these topics. It's something that we all need to really like talk about, just get it out there because our world is changing by the generation. And so they're being
Big
more
facts.
different than how we grew up. They're more
Big
open
facts.
now. They're more different type of genders identities. It's something where we never probably not expected it, but a lot of times we need to go ahead and talk about these things.
hmm Yeah, sometimes we do got to unpack some shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, salute to y'all, man. Whoever's, what I'm saying, still here with us from the beginning to now, man. Lamar, Gino the Nose, salute to y'all, man. Anybody else that's in the chat or going to, watch this later, give us a share, a like, follow us. You know what I'm saying? You know what
Yeah,
time it
subscribe to the
Big
channel, Professor
facts. You know what time it
Jazz.
is. You know what I'm
Make
saying?
sure you
And
guys
Dr.
subscribe so you
Scorpio.
guys could go ahead and tune in because this is going to be a weekly show.
Let's go.
I'm going to go ahead and bring you different topics. It's Open Mouse